The guy told us to be really careful about our stuff, cell phone.
I wouldn't necessarily want to spend too long here.
Cars are becoming very dangerous.
Hanoi is an amazing city, but
The bacteria.
I'm in the north of Vietnam, in the city of Hanoi, and I personally think this is one of the most interesting, exciting cities in Southeast Asia. But who am I? Let's ask other tourists what they actually think of Hanoi, Vietnam.
But my wife is from Hanoi, so she lives with me in Belgium, but my wife's from Hanoi, so I've been here like 9 times, I think, mostly in Hanoi.
from which year have you been here?
10 years ago?
Okay.
2014, sorry.
Yeah.
2014 was the first time I was here with
Wow.
friends. So I'm a regular, I come here often.
And then you come here to the old quarter, or?
Yeah, my family, their family lives a bit outside, but this is the most pleasant place to stay in Hanoi anyway. So
there's a lot to
prefer
do
stay here. Yeah, exactly. Every time I come here, I have to walk around this lake at least a couple of times, just because this is where everyone comes together, tourists and local people. The atmosphere is great here. There's lots to shop, lots to eat, lots to drink. That's the fun thing, and a nice lake to see too. That's my tourist thing in me. Like, I have to be here. This is the part of Hanoi where you have to be.
Is there something that you do not like so much, or something that we should be prepared of before we come over here so we don't get disappointed?
Yeah, that's a good. That's a good. You know what has changed a lot in the last 10 years? That people have started buying cars. Like 10 years ago, everyone drove a motorcycle, and they say, yeah, just walk around, and people will go around too. But that's not true anymore, and the cars are becoming very dangerous because they squeeze in. They don't stop. They always go forward. They never stop, and that you really have to be careful of. You're near the railroad, and the typical D attraction, the railroad or the train cross, just behind it, there's something that we call the food street, and it's a street that's open 24 hours at 7. Lots of their bars, good bars for tourists, good bars for local people. The central place that you can look at on Google Maps is called the Puku Bar.
Okay.
But that's a tourist bar. And there are so many small bars and restaurants there that sell local food. There's no cars allowed, it's just people and motorbikes. And you can sit everywhere and eat everywhere and drink everywhere. That's the hotel I'm staying is there because it's so convenient.
In several videos, I'm showing some of the beauty of the north of Vietnam. This way you have an idea what Vietnam has to offer. I'm doing this together with VietnamEscapeTours.com. They are a locally owned business only working with local people and local companies. So planning your itinerary via them ensures that you are supporting the local businesses, you're paying a fair price, and you're straight away communicating with the lovely people of Vietnam inside of Vietnam. Links in the description. Let's crack on.
I came here the first time last year, so I've been traveling for about a year and a half. I'm a digital nomad. I was in Thailand for about a month, and then I was in the south, so I did Da Nang, Phang Nga. I'm here, and now I'm leaving to Hon Chai for 2 weeks. I'm gonna go and work up there and chill and do the loop.
Are you doing that alone?
Yeah.
I'm basically focusing on this city at the moment to find out.
Hanoi.
Sorry?
I love Hanoi. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. What do you like so much about it? We are now in the old quarter.
I came here last time in September when it was like the typhoon had come through, so it was all wet and soggy and dark, and now it's like all light and clean and dry, so it's a whole different experience.
Yeah.
I love that people like live outside, so like you can walk at like 11, 12 and you'll still see people outside, and it's very different from the West. I'm not here just for the tourist stuff. I like to see like life as people live it, so it's really nice to just kind of experience what this is people's lives. Like tourists come and we enjoy it for a little bit, but then we leave. But this is like some people's home, so it's nice to get like the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything.
Yeah, no, I actually love that about this city, that the people, the local people, are just living their lives, and we are just like part of it for one moment.
I used to live in Bath, England. I did university, and so like I'd be trying to get to school, and you get all these tourists. I'm like, excuse me. So it's I understand what they feel like.
Hanoi is an amazing city, but
The bacteria.
Bacteria?
Stomach issues,
Oh, yeah?
food, getting sick. Yeah, I love Southeast Asia, but and I love Hanoi, but sometimes the conditions, the infrastructure, it can be quite difficult. So like the water quality, the bacteria in the streets, trash. Also, I would say the way they treat animals is pretty tough. So like the dogs and the stray animals, there's a bit of abuse.
You can see that also happening.
Yeah, and I like to explore different parts than just the tourist spots, and so you do see a lot of, it's hard for me being an empathetic person because you see poverty both with families and with animals, and you want to help, but it's just, you can't save everything.
What can we do to help whenever we're over here?
I think you can only do what you can in your immediate situation. So like when you are around locals, like smiling, you know, asking them how they are, learning a couple phrases, and then like contacting some like animal rescue places and be like, hey, I just, you know, I saw an animal here. Can you send someone to help?
There are actually local ones as well.
Yeah. So I mean, I usually tend to help rescue animals myself, but I'm a little bit scared of diseases and rabies and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's better to get someone who understands.
Yeah.
And yeah, just when you see locals, don't treat them as just like a spectacle. This is their home, and we're coming into their home.
Yeah,
so
true.
It has improved. Even Hanoi from like last year has really improved a lot.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot more clean.
I try to prepare people a little bit whenever they arrive in the evening. There might be a lot of rubbish on the streets because people are putting the rubbish outside also. But then the next morning it's clean again.
Yeah, and I think that people are just a little bit more conscious.
Yeah.
But tourism can help. It can either be a negative thing or a positive thing, and that's why, you know, stuff that you're doing here, it helps to tell people like the real experience. Another thing to be aware of, the language issue. It's people don't speak as much English. So like if you go to Thailand, they're much better with English. So a lot of times people come to Southeast Asia and they do Thailand first, and they're like, oh, it's so easy. And then you come to, you know, I've done Cambodia and Laos and all this, and it's a lot more difficult to get around. So you need to use your Google Translate. You need to learn a couple phrases and also just be patient, you know, because if there's a language barrier, it's like you can't expect things to be. It's also very fast here, so people aren't patient. So you have to be like, do things fast, say things fast, get places fast. But I love the energy. Sometimes the tourists, like the Western tourists, can be quite annoying, especially like the backpackers, because they have no care for the culture. They're just here to take, you know, because it's cheap and it's accessible and people can get anything they want here, really. I saw this in Bangkok as well. It's a real like taker mindset. I did that first when I started traveling. I wanted to like experience all I could for myself, and then you start realizing this is why our planet is in the state it's in. It's just people taking and not giving. It's like you need to take sometimes, and then you also need to give, and it's just being respectful of the culture that you're in, and not just expecting to take advantage because things are cheap and accessible and easy. When you travel, you know, get to know the culture you're in. Like, you know, you're here to grow as a person, but you're also here to make a difference in people's lives too. And just by smiling, being friendly, asking about someone's experience, listening more than you talk, and not passing judgments, you know, really getting to know people for who they are.
First time, 2 days so far.
2 days. Okay, so like yesterday, full day.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out what people really think of the city. How do you like it so far?
Well, it's kind of what I expected. Very busy.
Yeah.
Wet at the moment. Yeah. I've done a couple of tourist things, which is interesting.
Yeah, like which ones? Can you name a few?
Yeah, I've done a food tour, train street, and the puppet show.
Oh, the puppet show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
Walked around a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're okay.
Hanoi is amazing, but
Busy.
other than the busyness, can we expect anything else of the city?
It's not adorned with tourist attractions, that's for sure.
What?
There aren't that many things to see, actually.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't necessarily want to spend too long there.
Yeah.
But a few days is good.
I arrived 2 days ago. It was like almost a night.
Okay.
So yeah.
And yesterday you had the whole day, and today also.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What have you been doing? What have you been seeing?
We did a little bit of shopping. We ate a lot.
And what have you been eating? Do you know?
The pho soup.
Ah.
Yeah, and what is the name of the sandwiches that people?
The banh mi.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
I've tasted it. Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken and honey.
Chicken and honey.
Yeah, this is the one I recommend because it's 11 hours of difference between my countries, so that's why I'm a little bit tired today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you traveling alone?
No, I'm with a group of 9 people. Really nice.
Ah.
We went to the place where it's the train, like the train passing really close of us.
Oh, the train street.
Yeah, exactly. We took a beer yesterday, shopping.
So you did like a group tour, or you with friends?
A group too.
Yeah.
This is people that I didn't know before, but they are really nice. We did the bike tour as well.
Well, here in Hanoi?
Yeah.
What, cycling?
Yeah.
Wow, how was that? Like, for the people who don't know, it's really chaos in traffic.
Yeah.
Was it dangerous at all, or did you feel?
No. It was really slow.
I think the traffic can be chaos, but as long as everyone's just moving slowly, it's.
Yeah. It's really impressing, like how people are driving here because there's a lot of people, but seems to be no accident. Like.
No, yeah.
Kind of.
If there is an accident, it may be a small one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Is there anything else that was sticking out? Something that was really interesting?
I really like the light at night.
Oh, yeah.
It's really beautiful. Right now I'm just looking at people. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Just to rest and.
What is the biggest difference here in Vietnam compared to Quebec?
A lot of scooter. Because in Quebec, because it's cold, we don't really use it as much because we can use it only 3 months per year.
What has your guide been saying about safety here in Hanoi?
Well, I think it's pretty safe, yeah. But our cycling tour, the guy told us to be really careful about our stuff, cell phone. Okay. But this is not something that I noticed on my side.
No,
not really.
I never seen anyone like pickpocketing or something. I don't think that's very common, but better be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Is there something that you do not like so much, or something that maybe you can finish this sentence? Hanoi is amazing, but
it's kind of busy, like kind of tiring because it's really, there's a lot of people, a lot of noise, and some days it's fine, but like we're going in Sapa tomorrow, it's gonna be nice as well. So
do you think 2 or 3 days is enough?
2 or 3 days fine, but I'm glad that I'm coming back at the end of my trip, like that I'm gonna be able to do my little shopping, to bring little memories to my family member, and
in Hanoi 6 days. So for Hanoi, Vietnam, it's the food, the merchandise. It's very cheap here.
Compared to the Philippines, it's cheaper?
Yeah, it's cheaper here.
Are you having a good time here?
Yeah, the places. You can go a lot of other places, tourist spots, especially the train. Have you experienced it?
Okay, yeah.
Waiting at the side of this railway. If you plan to go in Hanoi, make sure what weather, because they can offer you different kind of attractions, depends on the weather. Itself,
Are you from Manila?
From Mindanao.
Do you know Manila though? Are you familiar with the capital city of the Philippines?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So can you compare these two cities, Hanoi with Manila?
For now, Hanoi, it's a very safe place here.
Yeah? You feel safe?
Yeah, you feel safe here in Hanoi. And it's clean here. The temperature is not so hot, not so humid, something like that. Hanoi is amazing, but you spend a lot of money because you buy a lot of things. I have a lot of experience here, but the best is coffee hunting. Also have this coffee, how to make this coffee. There's a lessons about that.
Oh yeah.
They will teach you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very amazing.
What is the biggest difference between the Vietnamese and the Filipinos?
Vietnamese, Filipinos,
Are they similar?
yeah, almost similar.
Yeah.
Because we're all Asians, maybe.
Do you have any experiences in Hanoi, positive or negative? Please share it in the comments. Thank you all for watching till the very end. I'd like to say from the north of Vietnam, in the city of Hanoi, bye for now and stay champ.